Hi, welcome to a new episode of The Young and the Restless. We open up at Jabot. Jack, Diane, and Billy continue to deliberate on where the money went and what account and who it's attached to. Billy says he knows it's gonna attach to one of his accounts, and then Diane leaves, and Jack don't understand why we see Tucker is targeting Billy. Then we go and we see Tucker runs into Audra at the coffee house, and he reflects on his past memories of how he offered Audra a post with his new taking over of Jabot. Then Esther gives Tucker the side eye while he was making an order. Then we see Tucker questions what she and Nikki talked about after he left. Then we go back to the jazz lounge and we see Danny continues to question if Phyllis is okay. And they discuss Phyllis faking her death the last time they saw each other. Phyllis blames it on Jeremy, and Phyllis tells him that she is the most hated person in town, like back in the old days. And Danny calls her out for playing victim after all she's done. And he tells her to take accountability, and she asks for forgiveness from Danny. And she asks Danny if she is worthy of a second chance. Then we see Danielle interrupts and asks what is going on here, and Phyllis still is unable to give Danielle an answer to the job offer. Danny thinks that it's a good idea and it's her opportunity to show that she has changed. Back at the coffee house, Tucker questions if Audra is gonna drop him like she dropped Kyle to save her job, and Audra is fed up with Nikki and her demands, and Tucker urges her not to accept Nikki mentorship and says that it's a method of control, and he asks Audra to join him on his quest. Then we see Billy thinks that Tucker isn't stopping at him, he's going to target everyone else. Then Jack checks his email for the intel Adam sent him. Then we go back to the jazz lounge, and Daniel says that he doesn't trust Phyllis yet to give her an exec post. Then we see Tucker tells Audra that he is setting up Billy by making it look like he's embezzling money from Jabot. Audra says that they are too smart to not see that coming, and Tucker says that that's what he wants. Then we see Billy wants to be the one to approach Tucker with the intel from Adam, and he then questions if Jack would have believed that he would have embezzled money from the company. Then we see Jack assures Billy he would never think it was him, and Jack gets obsessed that Phyllis would even work with Tucker, and why didn't she come to him to tell him the truth? I'm like, Jack, you've been telling Phyllis to die, and you've been saying all this stuff to Phyllis. Why would she come to you? I'm like, shut up, Jack. Then we see Tucker says that setting up Billy is the smoke screen. He admits that to planting stories in the gossip column, and he has a secret weapon, which is a person. What he has planned, they will never see coming. I'm like, Tucker, are you working with Diane or are you working with Ashley? It's one of the two. Those are the only two secret weapons I can think about. Then we see Phyllis claims that she is on the right path this time around, and Phyllis says that if Nick and Sharon doesn't hire her, she will take Daniel's offer. But Daniel and Danny aren't convinced. Then Jack comes in. Jack goes over and asks to have a word with Phyllis alone, and Phyllis says to him that she thought he wanted her dead. So why does he want to talk to her? Jack still requests to talk alone, and Daniel and Danny questions what's happening. Phyllis says that it's just business and they leave, and Jack asks Phyllis about the hacking. Phyllis tries to deny it and asks why. Jack asks why she decided to come after them. So much for turning the corner. Then we see Billy is upstairs at the athletic club, and he's having a drink and questioning his quest for power and how it's affecting him and his constant conflicts with Jack. Then Diane comes over and joins him at the bar and asks what is the plan, and he tells her to talk to Jack about it. Diane thinks that he still doesn't trust her, and I'm like, Diane then questions if Billy is thinking of taking over Jabot. Then we see Audra asks, why is it so important to Tucker to take down Jabot? Tucker said the Abbotts convinced Ashley to leave him, so it's revenge by him taking Jabot from them. Then we see Audra tells him his motives are coming from the wrong place. Then we see Jack asks how long it took for Phyllis to do the hacking and how long it took for her to throw her life away. He thought she was on a change path. Phyllis says that she doesn't have to listen to Jack and she is tired of them condemning her and being condescending towards her. She's had enough of their behavior, and so everyone in the town can go straight to hell. Then we see upstairs Danny and Danielle try to figure out what's with Jack and Phyllis and claims that they want to believe that Phyllis has changed. Then we see Billy tells Diane to stop, that he stopped himself from wanting power, and Billy says that they have far worse threats than that. Then we see Tucker says that even if Ashley returns, he is still going to take Jabot. He's tired of Ashley's games. And Audra thinks that Tucker is still not over Ashley and says that Tucker is in love and tells him to give Ashley another chance and call off the attack. And Tucker says that there is nothing that will stop him from dismantling the Abbotts and taking everything they own. Then we see Danny admits that he came to town to see Christine, but she's not answering his text. And Daniel reveals that Christine went to Lisbon to see Paul. Apparently they are working things out. Then we see Diane comes down to the jazz lounge and interrupts Jack and Phyllis. And Phyllis tells Jack that she will not hurt him and Billy. She hates Tucker and despises him. Jack asks her if she wants to be on the good side and prove that she has changed, to hack into Tucker's systems, and that would make amends. Then we see Billy visits Tucker's room and tells him to back off and tells him about the setup and that they found out that he was trying to frame him. And Billy reveals that he knows about the sex scandal and says that he will use it to crush Tucker. Thanks for watching. Bye.